what's your first name?
Julie.
Julie, and what needs fixing, Julie?
I've got fibromyalgia. I've got back problems. I've got restless leg syndrome.
Right, okay. Restless legs, first of all. Whenever I talk to anybody about restless legs, the first question I need to ask them is this. Have you ever had any diet drinks like Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi, Diet Sprite, Diet chewing gum?
Not diet stuff.
No, that's good. The reason I ask that is in your diet range of foods, there is a chemical called aspartame. And quite a few years ago now, there was a test case between the Multiple Sclerosis Society of America and the people that manufacture aspartame, Monsanto. Monsanto have now renamed themselves Bayer. What aspartame does is once it reaches a certain temperature, it ferments into wood alcohol and it does nerve damage, and they found out about this in the Gulf War. And so watch out for anything with aspartame in. In the United States, anything with aspartame carries the same level of health warning as tobacco. But here in New Zealand, for us in New Zealand, it just says contains a source of phenylalanine. What does that mean? It doesn't really alert us. So any restless legs, first thing to check out is that. Next thing it can be on a physical level is a magnesium deficiency, but I'm not a herbalist, I'm not a naturopath, I can't say if that is the cause. Right, so we're going to work on your back first, because while I was busy talking, he's just said to me back. Okay, so Julie, if you can come and stand here. Your back, energy comes up your back from your feet, and from your base chakra, up from the earth. Spiritual energy comes down through the crown. And if your back isn't good, you are going to feel knackered. You know, you've got to have that flow of energy. All your vital organs take energy off the spine. Right, so Julia, just show me where you get the worst pain.
Just between there.
Just there, okay. All right, so I'm just asking for healing for Julie. Now, one of the things I notice sometimes with backs, not particularly in Julie's case, but on other occasions, I sometimes find people with very rigid backs. And very often what they've done is they've made a rod for their own back. They've actually set really high standards for themselves, or a very short time frame, or both, and then that's manifests as a rigidity within the back. Now, Julie, how did that feel as the sound went in?
I could actually feel things here.
You could feel things moving, eh?
Yeah.
Sound's her thing. As I did that first sound, it's like she should be working with sound, because you're really sensitive to it, eh? Right, just try moving around, notice how that back feels.
It's feel easier. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, and then face that way again. Now that sound's going from the hip down the right leg. Looking at the chakra in the right foot. Any foot injury along your journey?
The left one, not the right.
Right, okay. What's happened to your left foot?
I got run over in a car accident.
Ah, okay, okay. All right, because I can see that they're needing to work on a foot. Just notice how the left foot is feeling at the moment. Is there any aching in there? What's the tingling? What's happening?
Quite
Tingling.
tingling,
Yeah, cool. They're just making sure that that chakra's opened as wide as it should be, because again, the earth energy comes up through the feet. While I'm doing this on Julie, you guys can just check your own feet chakra. Just notice the connection your feet are making with the floor. petals to the earth, petals up to heaven, if you like, and just intend to open and activate your own feet. Some people like to stomp their feet, to open and activate the feet chakra. The Native Americans used to do it with a ho, ho. I won't get you to do this now because it's going to be way embarrassing, but later at home, if you want to try grounding some energy out through your legs, it's really good outdoors on the earth, going ho down each of your legs, ho. And notice how that will ground your energy, particularly good if you're wanting to get a good night's sleep as well. The neighbours might think you're a bit weird though, so I do it very discreetly. Right, Julie, have a walk around. A lot easier. Anything you couldn't do before with your back, twisting, bending, anything like that?
Just feels a lot looser.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So that's good. They're happy with your back. And then if you want to have a seat there, we're just going to look at energy field right the way down. Now, I've got sleeping but not deeply. You're not waking up feeling refreshed, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. We need that. We absolutely need to wake up feeling refreshed. I didn't know that I wasn't sleeping deeply until I started taking the purple powder 2.5 years ago, and I found that if I take a teaspoon just before bedtime, as long as my brain's not super busy thinking about things, if I'm ready for sleep, I sleep like a log. It's been incredible. With that first sound, they're working with the crown chakra. The crown chakra opens up to heaven. Your neck's not right, they're telling me. So that's the next thing they're working on, is looking at how your neck is. Is that a separate injury to when you got run over? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what's happened to your neck?
I think it's just with the fibro, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's just
But it feels
condition that's
tense in
attached.
there.
Yeah, it's very
It does,
tense.
feels tense.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see if we can do anything about that. Now when the surgeons work, they look at your whole system, and sometimes they look at your family as well. See, if we go back a few generations, if a child was ill, the family would take the child to the witch doctor and say, we are sick. They looked at the energies, the play out of energies between man and wife, between mum and dad and the kids. You know, and we've forgotten that. We've forgotten that how we are is all about our environment. If we're feeling loved and treasured and appreciated, chances are we're going to feel healthy. If we're feeling lonely, if we're feeling unappreciated, we might not feel so good. So they're just starting to release energy up and down the vertebra of the neck now. And then they're also looking at where the neck connects with the shoulders. So while I'm doing this for Julie, why don't you all close your eyes, relax, and let your neck and shoulders be worked on too. That sounds good, doesn't it, eh? So just notice your neck and your shoulders, and close your eyes, breathe, take a couple of deep breaths, and just allow yourself to receive into your body the sounds that are going through Julie. Clapping's a dispersal of energy. Allowing yourselves to release whatever it is you need to release. So the neck holds the weight of the head. The head's about 5 kilos. So let's give thanks to the neck for all it's done for us through this time. Your shoulders are where you carry responsibilities. Very often other people put into our shoulders or onto our shoulders things that we are not responsible for. You're not responsible for anybody else's happiness. You're not responsible for anybody else's financial woes. You're responsible for you. And if you're going to be responsible for you, you need to be here more of the time in this body, paying attention, noticing how this body feels. And if it doesn't feel right, you take your awareness into that part of the body, you breathe, you relax. You ask to be shown, what is it I'm holding or feeling or thinking that is causing this dis-ease? Dis means not, disadvantage, not an advantage, dis-ease, not at ease. So what is causing me to feel not at ease in this part of my body? And then allow yourself to release whatever you need to release. Surrender, whatever it is you need to surrender. And receive whatever it is you need to receive. Now, when I ask to look at energy for you, immediately I get thyroid. Now, remember, I'm not allowed to diagnose, and I know that the thyroid can govern how much energy we feel we have within our body. And so they're letting me know that they are going to be working on your thyroid, and they never work on the thyroid on its own, they will also work on the parathyroid. Both get worked on together because they need to be balanced out. Okay, I'm just going to get you to notice how you feel.
You're quite light-headed.
Light-headed. Walk around a little bit, just see how that feels. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Anything aching at the moment?
Just the sort of middle of my back.
Yep. Cool. And I'll get you just to wiggle around on the chair that way. That's it. See if we can just release that for you. Oh, look, they're moving me back. It's only me has to look to see if there's a wall there. They could walk through the wall. So these doctors, they got to Spirit World, they were doctors, physical doctors. And you think if they lived 200 years ago, medicine back then was a little bit barbaric, just chopping off limbs, no cleanliness, bacteria, wouldn't be very nice. So when they got to Spirit World, they decided to see if they could find a different way. And they have. They found sound and light technology, or native energy. Imagine if you felt happy and peaceful and joyful all the time. There'd be no place for disease to take root within you. We live in our heads a lot. We think far too much. At a young age, we're often thinking about what other people think of us. We don't do what we want to do because what will other people think? When I got to my 30s, I stopped caring about what people thought of me, and I just did what I wanted. Now I'm in my 50s. I know they weren't thinking about me at all. They were in their head worrying what I thought about them. He won't just work on the upper back, he's gone all the way down to the base of the spine, clearing some energy there before he then comes up to the top part. Now the reason that I was talking about what I was talking about is that in the past Julie was bothered about what people thought. She's becoming less concerned, aren't you, Julie?
Yeah.
That's her present growth at the moment, is she's letting herself be her no matter what others think. Right, have a walk around, see how that feels.
It's a lot easier.
Yeah, awesome. Give her a round of applause.